It is literally impossible to escape the epidemic of AI slop these days, dude. Whether you are just scrolling on Instagram or you are just trying to enjoy a lovely holiday Coca-Cola commercial, you're gonna get slapped in the face with soulless garbage, dude. And while yes, that sucks, it's terrible, it's shitty, there's one thing about AI generated content that is a bit more consequential than seeing a photo of Charlie Kirk imitating the iShow Speed face. And that is AI generated content being used in political advertising and political messaging. Shit's dark, man. Shit's gonna go, we're headed down a real dark path. This is something that I feel like should be illegal, but because one of the main users of this technology is the President of the United States, I don't think we're gonna see any regulation on a federal level anytime soon. I feel like Donald Trump is the person that kind of like popularized AI generative content and political messaging. He did it throughout his campaign in 2024. It was kind of weird then, and it's still weird now. Trump's social media team really likes to put Trump in these like bizarre scenarios, like here's him as Master Chief responding to a GameStop tweet for some reason. There's that one time where he used AI to make himself the Pope during the papal conclave. That was really cool. A lot of the things that Trump uses AI generated content for kind of falls under this category of like, oh, I'm just riling up the troops, you know? I'm just trying to get some reactions. People who are really into Donald Trump will see shit like this and be like, hell fucking yeah, dude, that is awesome. And then everyone else is like, what? I also feel like for the most part, a lot of the AI stuff that Donald Trump posts, it's pretty, you know, easy to tell that it's AI. I don't think a lot of people are gonna see this video clip of Donald Trump flying in a fighter jet, dropping sewage on a bunch of protesters, one of which that happens to be Harry Sassan. I don't think people are gonna see that and be like, what happened? He did what? I don't think anyone is gonna believe that this actually happened. But on the scale of like harmlessness to harmfulness, I feel like a lot of Donald Trump's posting kind of falls in that harmlessness category. However, there are instances where I kind of feel like it can kind of drift into the, okay, we're getting a little too comfortable with using this technology.
President Donald J. Trump has announced a historic new healthcare system, the launch of America's first medbed hospitals and a national medbed card for every citizen.
Every American will soon receive their own medbed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced technology in the world.
This is an AI-generated Fox News clip that Donald Trump posted onto his Truth Social platform. If you don't know what a medbed is, I'm honestly shocked because it's one of the greatest technological advancements of the modern age. Honestly, I can't believe that I have to explain this to you. A medbed, of course, is where you lay down in a bed and it heals your injuries and all of your sicknesses just by laying in it. Yeah, med beds don't exist. It's like a QAnon conspiracy, I guess. I don't even know, man. So this is like something where it's like, you know, I would hope people like me and you could like notice that like the cadence is off in this video and kind of detect that it's AI. But you know, like think about like your grandma, your grandpa. It's like, all right, like think about the old folks, man. The fucking grandma that's like has knee problems watching this clip. Is she getting excited about med beds? Is she gonna be like, holy shit, well, actually, she'd probably be thinking, what the fuck is a med bed? Obviously, this is like, and Trump deleted this, and obviously this is like so insanely absurd, the idea behind this clip, but it goes to show that like once this technology just advances just a little bit more, we're really going to start towing the line here of how we should actually be using this technology. Here's a clip from an advertisement that the Senate Republicans posted about the government shutdown.
Every day gets better for us.
Chuck Schumer thinks playing with Americans' livelihoods is just a game. When asked about the government shutdown, Schumer said,
every day gets better for us.
Really, Chuck?
This is an AI-generated video of Chuck Schumer with an AI-generated voice that's replicating Chuck Schumer, and he's like saying a quote that was taken out of context of an interview or something. The more realistic this technology gets, the more indistinguishable it gets from real life, the more dangerous this is. You know, you're scrolling on social media, you see this, and you're like, you could believe that this is a real fucking video clip of Chuck Schumer. And this is like a very mild case of this, right? This is just like a 3-second clip, but like what happens when people start using it for, more nefarious purposes on longer form content of like using a politician's name and likeness to, spread policy positions that they don't actually stand for. Luckily, we got some examples of this because we just had an election in the United States and, we had a couple uses of AI in that election cycle. Let me start with the more absurd one because it's just kind of just funny to talk about. Let's go to Virginia. Virginia had a lieutenant governor race and there's this guy named John Reid. I'm not related to him. It's kind of unfortunate that we have the same last name. John Reid was the Republican candidate for the lieutenant governor in Virginia, and his opponent, the Democrat Ghazala Hashmi, refused to debate him. What did John Reid do instead of debating Hashmi? He, I'll just show you.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on this unique occasion for an exchange of ideas between the two candidates running to be the next Lieutenant Governor of Virginia. First, the Republican candidate, Mr. John Reid. Welcome, Mr. Reid. Next, the Democrat candidate, State Senator Ghazala Hashmi. Senator Hashmi, are you there?
Good to be here. Thanks so much.
Okay.
If you weren't able to tell by the way Hashmi just kind of like phased onto the screen, she's AI generated. That's awesome, dude. I feel like I want to start doing that. Sup guys, it's Discount Adam Friedland here. This is an absurd thing to do. Like, this whole debate, it's a fever dream, dude. Like, I encourage you to watch it if you want. It's kind of funny. Like, as far as I can tell, this guy is just like standing in a room by himself talking to a computer screen. Like, the moderator is AI generated as well. There's like moments where he'll like acknowledge Senator Hashmi who's not there.
I believe that a living wage is a fundamental right for workers and their families. Accordingly, we need to institute living wage here in Virginia.
Well, how can you tell me that you know nothing about the economy and business without actually admitting you know nothing about economics and business? Senator Hashmi just did that.
This is obviously like pretty cheesy, right? Like it's pretty clear here that like this is an AI generated version of the Democratic nominee. All the answers that the AI version of Hashmi uses are from like her policy page and interviews, so they're like actual things that she said before. So it's not like it's being used in like a nefarious way to say, hey, I'm Senator Hashmi, lieutenant governor candidate for the Democratic Party, and I think every illegal immigrant should have health care. By the way, based Senator Hashmi. But no, it's not like they're like making up answers, right? Like the technology's not necessarily there right now to be at a point where you can do something like that and get away with it. But key word is like saying right now, right? Like, call me crazy, but I don't think it's crazy to assume that in 10 years from now, we can have a fucking debate with Joe Biden. Despite how absurd this is, it does go to show like how normalized AI is becoming within political discourse and political campaigning. I think if we're doing shit like this right now, if we come, in 3 years in the 2028 election, I'm just curious to see, morbidly curious, I'm very not excited to see the results of this and see like how like this normalization of AI and AI generative content, how far it goes when it comes to political advertising. We already have an example from our good friend, I can't call him that, from Andrew Cuomo in New York.
Zohran Mamdani's opponents want you to believe he's an inexperienced radical whose policies will make New York City more dangerous. But what do his actual supporters think?
This is an AI-generated video that Andrew Cuomo posted attacking Zohran Mamdani. He posted it and very quickly took it down. I think because someone watched it and was like, wow, that is fucking racist, man. Zohran Mamdani has been like the victim of a lot of Islamophobic comments throughout the campaign cycle, and even, now that he's the mayor, he's gonna get even more. He eats rice with his hands because that's his culture. That's how he does it, But because, he's Muslim, people think that like the gap between eating rice with your hands and doing 9/11 is very small. Unfortunately, he's just been attacked for, the color of his skin. The racism doesn't stop there. let's play more of this clip here.
Mom Donnie isn't crazy.
He's just trying to even the playing field.
His main backer, the Democratic Socialists' ideas are common sense, such as
Decriminalizing misdemeanors, like shoplifting.
third-degree assault,
Prostitution.
Yeah, this ad is disgusting, bro. It is dystopian. I hate it, bro. I hate it here. This is like, this shit should be illegal, man. Right now, we're kind of in this weird in-between stage where things look kind of real, kind of not real. Like, you can always kind of tell that something is AI. There's like this weird gloss over everything. There's like the camera work's always super weird. The cadence and the voices aren't that good, but it's like, we're getting there. This guy right here, this guy looks like he could be real, dude. Like, as we get closer and closer to like bridging the gap between the uncanny valley. I think I used that right. You know, that sounded very smart. I think I said that right. As we get closer to making this shit more real, it's gonna be very damaging to politicians when they can use their opposition's name and likeness in a video, and they could use their voice in a video without their permission, and they can say, I'm going to release every single criminal into the city.
I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
Yep, I'm a criminal.
For Zoran.
For Zoran Mamdani.
I didn't have a real job until I was 30, but sure, give me the keys to the city. What's the worst that can happen?
Paid for by Cuomo for NYC.
Side note, it is so funny to me how dramatic that ending is. It's so bizarre. It is so abrupt into this fiery landscape. It's really funny. But the implications on a societal level is very scary. Give it 3 more years when we have like another insanely major presidential race. Shit like this could be way more realistic than it is now, and it can be way more damaging than it is now. To show you that I'm not just like kind of being, you know, crazy here, I want to show you another example that Andrew Cuomo posted of Zoran's name and likeness and voice without his permission. It's a good one.
Trick or treat.
Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating?
Not according to my job resume.
And where's your costume?
Duh, I'm a socialist.
Hey man, just one piece of candy per trick-or-treater.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to take 52%.
For what?
For the government.
You can't be serious.
Oh!
What's wrong with you?
Go away! Defund! This is insane. You are ruining Halloween.
Yeah. And I'm about to ruin New York City if you make me mayor. See, I'm a socialist. Some people need to get tricked, so others get a treat.
There's probably about a 50% chance that my dad just laughed at that video. So right now, obviously you can tell that this is AI generated. It is not hard to watch this and be like, okay, something is off here. But you know, a couple years ago, this is what AI generated video looked like. And now we're getting full-on Halloween specials from the Andrew Cuomo campaign. I really don't think you should be able to legally use someone's voice without their permission and getting them to say, like, push an agenda that is, like, just kind of not true. The Andrew Cuomo team is able to push this fake version of Zoran Mamdani and, you know, spew these claims about his campaign from the voice and face of Zoran Mamdani himself. And this is just in like the video realm, right? So like there's other implications like pictures too, right? AI generated photos. Someone could like make a fucking photo of, okay, so we're gonna use Graham Plattner as an example. You know how he had the Nazi tattoo? Yeah, bro. You know how easy that shit's gonna be to like put on anybody using AI? Like you can just use a photo of somebody and put them in a scenario that like really would damage their campaign just by using AI. You know, in Graham Plattner's sense, dude had a Nazi tattoo. And to be fair, that's not actually tanking his campaign. So if you're gonna use AI to tank someone's campaign, you're gonna wanna think of something a bit more consequential than a Nazi tattoo. I'm telling you, bro, these libs are fired up, bro. They elected Jay Jones. This guy said he was gonna shoot his opponent, dude. So you could use AI generated content to like create these false scenarios and photos. Imagine using someone's AI generated voice to do robocalls. So like, you know how like there's like these stories about like the poor nanas that are getting prank called from scam callers. People are using the voices of their loved ones to like say, hey, I'm in jail and I need money. Yeah, so imagine you get a phone call from Zohran Mamdani and he's like, yo, dude, I'm gonna release every single criminal. And actually, I just came up with this new law. You can take whatever you want from any grocery store whenever you want. By the way, the election date got moved. It's November 5th. Now, obviously, like, there will be like people that will like hear something like that and they'll be like, okay, something's weird here. But like the chances are, if AI keeps developing in a way that it is right now, the voice is going to be pretty well distinguished, and there's going to be some smart people that are going to come up with ways to fool people that are not so smart. And I'm only talking about on a like national level too, man. What about our foreign adversaries, dude? We're talking misinformation, Russian bot campaign on steroids, man. Foreign adversaries could just flood the fucking market with all this AI generated content of our politicians and just create a whole debacle for our electoral politics. And as of writing this video, there's of course no federal regulation behind it. So that leaves it up to the states to regulate it. And there's only 20 states that have some sort of law around using AI generative content in political advertising. And dude, it's so bleak, man. All you gotta do is put a disclosure saying that it's AI generated. It's so easy to get around that, dude. Let's play the clip from the Senate Republicans that I played earlier in this video.
Every day gets better for us.
Chuck Schumer thinks playing with Americans' livelihoods is just a game. When asked about the government shutdown, Schumer said,
every day gets better for us.
The first time that I played this video, did you notice the watermark? Did you even notice it the second time I played this video? The teeny tiny watermark and the teeny tiny corner that has the opacity set at 50% so it blends in with the background, that makes this video fucking legal. It is so easy to just like throw up some tiny watermark and say, oh, I put the disclosure on there. It says that it's AI generated. Also, by the way, we live in a world where like, if you're fucking powerful, dude, nothing matters. Nothing is illegal. Like, look at Andrew Cuomo, who used Zohran Mamdani's voice, AI generated, in an ad, and just didn't even disclose that it's AI generated. And he still has the video up on his account. So he just has no regard for the law. But I guess we didn't need a AI generated video to figure that one out. I really try not to drift into nihilism in these videos, but this is one of those things where it's just like, it's so bleak, man. Like AI is one of those things where it's hard for me not to drift into nihilism. I can always find some sort of silver lining, I feel like. No, man, we're fucked. We're so fucked. I truly have nothing unless this gets like regulated on a like wide sweeping ban. And even then, that doesn't stop foreign adversaries from fucking using it. So the future is bleak, man. And I'm sorry that I can't end this video on a positive note. I really wish I could. So I'm just gonna throw up this map and call it a day.